आपको स्ट्रीम ऑन करना पड़ेगा, लाइव जाना पड़ेगा, तो लिंक शेयर करता हूं लोगों के साथ स्ट्रीम का।
Okay, I see Ajay here. Hi, Ajay. Guys, I think the questions for the AMA, we'll take it on the main Telegram community only, because there we can have the, you know, mute and unmute functionality, so that, at one point in time, some people can ask the questions and then we can respond to them. So please ask your questions in the Telegram community itself, because we'll be able to answer their own, those questions only. Are you guys able to hear my voice? For any questions, please ask them in the Telegram group itself. We'll take 5 questions at a time. So, yeah, the first 5 questions will be answered here. Okay, we have first question. Mm, Okay, I think we have enough questions, and we will. I'm just muting the group, and let's take all the questions till now. So the first question is from, there's a list of questions. Okay, what is the extent of Binance and Coinbase partnership? Okay, so as you guys already know, with Binance, we did our IEO on Binance Launchpad, and Binance has provided us a lot of support in our marketing, and uh, going to the public, and today MATIC is very well known project in the space. So yeah, with Coinbase, Coinbase has been supporting us since long, and our technical products have also a very good visibility, and usage between the Coinbase ecosystem teams. So we have a long time connect with Coinbase, and in future, as we have already told you, that we want to support USDC on MATIC network for a lot of purposes like payments and all, and in future we expect to have a integration with the Coinbase wallet, as we have published in detail from our in our Medium post regarding that. And any timelines, I know everybody is asking timelines and all that. So these developments take their own course, and the announcements will come when they are ready to come. So I can't comment on when exactly any particular announcement will come out. The other question is, did Coinbase at IEO price, at what price did they fund you guys? So which round had which price, and at what price anybody bought, it is absolutely, the groups are already mentioned in the Binance IEO page, the Binance research page of MATIC, and there is nobody else who has got any other price on the token. So and the Coinbase deal, we are under NDA for that, so we cannot disclose the details of the deal with Coinbase. But the fact is that everybody, like whoever joined at whatever round, it is already mentioned, and those two are the only previous rounds that anybody joined. We just cannot tell you where all Coinbase and anybody else came in. But most of the people, I mean, just to give you, most of the people got the tokens at the IEO price itself. The early stage round, seed round, was a very small small investor round. So yeah, what's Pete Kim's role in all of this? How does he help? I think Sibin has a lot of questions already. It's like 15 questions he has mentioned, and I think John Molina's questions are also there. I think we'll be exhausted for most of the time for here, but but these are all very good questions, so I'll take all of them. So what is Pete Kim's role in all of this? How does he help? So Pete Kim is the head of engineering of Coinbase, and earlier he was the founder of Toshi Wallet, which was the dApp browser wallet for Coinbase. dApp browser wallet, which Coinbase acquired. So he has a very good experience in the apps with mass adoption and all that, because Toshi browser at one point in time had a good amount of adoption and all. So he helps us in terms of creating our user experience, and creating our offering in a way which can take a mass scale adoption. So that's his role, and he helps us with a lot of engineering stuff also. And since he's directly working on Coinbase wallet, so we also get a lot of guidance in terms of creating our things to be more suitable for the wallet, right? So yeah, and he has been really helpful, and we generally all of our advisors, they support us on an ongoing basis. We generally have every weekly calls with them, and then any doubts we have, we ask them. And apart from that also, they are always available for us for our help. What is the collaboration with Binance? It was just the IEO collab. Is there any link for MATIC to scale Binance chain and all that? So yeah, I already spoke to you that the collaboration with Binance is on the IEO side for now, and all the other things right now, we cannot disclose anything on those. Um, then the other part is DeFi seems to be major use case for Matic. Tell us more. Is that Coinbase or Binance related or something new? Okay, so all the questions related to Coinbase and Binance and some. So DeFi we think is going to be one of the major use cases on blockchains, specifically the blockchains which pick up the store of value kind of proposition. So, and Ethereum has been doing really great on the DeFi front. So that makes DeFi as our one of the main use cases. So we intend to support things like dexes and all the other kind of protocols, payment protocols, and then who knows, the lending protocols and all that stuff we want to support on MATIC side chains, which will enable like marketplaces also at some extent to support on MATIC side chains. Yeah. So the other question is, and I wanted to know about the extent to 100x advisor partnership seeding. So 100x advisor is not an investor in Matic. There is no round. They have not invested in any round. And the partnership that we have with them is that because when they came to India, so they had a crypto world tour event. So we also pitched in that event, and we were the winners. That was the point of engagement with them. But beyond that, they did not invest in Matic. Yeah. What's the partnership with seller? Can you elaborate on that? So yeah, so we have already mentioned in pretty detail in our this thing. I will just give one more small briefing, and then there is also one joint interview between me and Mo is coming. So just stay tuned for that. But talking about what the partnership is, it's not a simple like a general crypto partnership. It's actually a deployment and integration between these two networks. So seller network is a state channel based network, which is conducive for some use cases, and when you work on a state channel, or when you use a state channel, you first have to initiate the state channel in some blockchain, and then you take the computation off chain and then interact with the state channels. So currently it's supported on Ethereum based chain. Now what this deployment does is that you can initiate those state channels on Matic side chain, right? So for some of the use cases where they foresee, or users or the developers foresee that there will be a lot of state channel openings and closings and all that. So they're having it on Matic side chain will make much more make it much more economical. So those kind of use cases, to support those kind of use cases, the partnership is. And then with Harmony scaling at layer 1, it could make etc faster 100x. How will Matic if they? Okay, so this question is also like I've seen a repeated question on this, that what if layer 1 scales. So guys, layer 1, so in future, whenever whichever layer 1 scales, like 100x 10x, whatever scaling that layer 1 happens, but even then you should feel that you should realize that what we are talking is that blockchains will have all the applications in the world running on blockchains, right? So that's the dream, right? Imagine a kind of scenario, even if a blockchain has 50,000 transactions per second, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that any layer 1 will reach anytime soon over there. But even if, let's say, assume that it's there, but even then, do you think that those 50,000 transactions per second can accommodate all the applications in the world? No, right? Yeah, I mean, there will be layer 1s, like some standard ones. The Ethereum and Bitcoin most likely would be the layer 1s, would be the standard layer 1s. And then on top of them, we believe in a future where there will always be layer 2s, right? And there will be always use cases where layer 2 will be the main norm, and they will be used to develop the application. So I'm not worried about any layer ones, because even if a layer 1 scales too much and becomes a very adopted, it is anyways going to help layer 2 solutions like MATIC to bring more adoption, because not all transactions can be settled. Imagine a single blockchain worldwide and everybody buying a coffee, or going to a movie show, every transaction being happening on a layer 1. That's not a viable future. It will not happen. It will require layer 2 solutions to for a lot of different use cases. Yeah. So you were in SF. What other teams are collaborating with MATIC? So there are a lot of teams, and this is very exciting part for us, that we are getting a lot of inbound flux from the gaming teams, and a lot of different kind of teams who are building very nice use cases. Like somebody is building social networks. People are building examination platforms and whatnot, and that actually excites us a lot, because we want to go beyond. Like, there are crypto use cases, and then teams are adopting MATIC for crypto use cases and gaming use cases, but we want to go beyond that. So already there are a lot of projects under discussion who want to build real world applications, like having a certified examination a platform on blockchain, and as I told, something like a social network on blockchain, and stuff like that. And we are getting very good response from these teams, and they are evaluating the to be on MATIC network or not. So if their evaluations is fine, and then they see the value in MATIC network, I'm pretty sure that you're going to see a lot of applications coming on MATIC in soon, in very short time. POA, Loom, and MATIC started all year. Why is the MATIC so far out? I don't think that we started in the same year. They started much before, and then their POA is not a Plasma this thing, so I will not speak about Plasma. POA is a simple sidechain, where the sidechain is run by some authorities, and it's not secured by the main chain. Loom, on the other hand, that has one Plasma implementation called Plasma Cache, and it is a standard Plasma Cache implementation, and it supports NFTs only, while MATIC's Plasma implementation supports a lot of different protocols also, ERC20s, ERC721s, and other kind of use cases like swaps and all that. So MATIC Plasma is sort of a superset on what Loom network can in terms of functionally provide the functionalities. So MATIC network has a slightly more functionalities available to the developers, and more flexibility, and the development experience is also, we believe, is much better on MATIC network, which is very evident with the teams which are working on it. Yeah. So okay. And also about the mainnet, so our mainnet is not that far out, as we are on track with our development schedule, in fact ahead of schedule on that. So no worries on that, don't worry on that. And there are already applications and everything. They have been developing on the test nets. So once the mainnet is out, I think that very soon we'll start seeing some real action on the network. Mainnet is okay. The other is, what is Bitcoin asset interoperability and MATIC Connect? So currently MATIC network already supports Bitcoin in the form, like, is ready to support Bitcoin in the form of WBTC, wrap BTCs, and as and when more Bitcoin cross chain swaps evolve, I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to support direct cross chain swaps with Bitcoin also in future. Enterprise support and use in December 2019. The ones are lined up. Tell you more about, please. So enterprise support is also is one of the key things that I personally have a lot of focus on. and I'm already in works with a lot of enterprise teams. So every one of you knows that India is a hub for enterprise software development and outsourcing, and I'm like very actively exploring work and adoption related strategies on enterprise space in India. So I'm very hopeful that very positive things are going to come out from that in some near time future. Again, compared to POA, MTV, Loom, we used your team is surprisingly small for the TPS. It's great, are able to beat them. Concise team. Okay, so TPS is not dependent upon the size of the team, and also we have a very effective team, and which has been able to bring us this far without too much of this thing. On the other hand, now we are hiring more people also, and once the network comes out, you will see for yourself. Okay, thought DAG based smart contract like FTM. I think it's about DAG based smart contracts. Um, so right now, so DAG based smart contracts for us, again, it's like a slightly far out, and right now we think that it is going to take some amount of time to reach a stable state. And the good thing about layer 2 and MATIC is that we are very flexible in our development schedule. Since we are not a layer 1, we are very quick. We can be very quick to adopt anything new that comes out. So people say that, what about when sharding will come, right? So we can also implement sharding, right? When there is open source, more maturity on the product, and also in some form MATIC side chains, multiple side chains, if you see to it, it's more like a horizontal sharding. It's just like, it's not an algorithmic sharding. It's more of a, like, I call it like governance based sharding. So when one side chain starts becoming full, which is still very huge, and it's like it's going to take time for one public chain to become very like congested or whatever, and then the community and the teams can actually spawn off more public side chains in future. So that's actually a form of horizontal sharding. But having said that, my point being is that there are a lot of things that are upcoming, and they are still in immature state. We believe in delivering the product which is applicable now, which is applicable today, right? We are not building some some wind castles which may not be applicable today, right? So that's why we will focus on these things when they mature beyond a particular point. And then, since we being layer 2, we can easily adopt the open source technologies that are coming. So you should not be worried about that at all. Yeah. Advertising seems to be lacking any need to pump that up now. Okay, I don't think that our marketing is lacking right now. MATIC is one of the most attention grabbing project right now. A lot of I think whole of crypto space right now, I mean, there'll be very few people who don't know about MATIC right now. And I don't think that I mean, we are doing fairly good, marketing. And then on the other side, on the adoption side, we are doing a lot of work which may not be visible to you right now, while where we are speaking to teams individually and all that. So yeah, when it starts coming out, you will see the fruits of those things. Yeah. So yeah. And then other one is any plans to work with Chainlink and all. So yeah, Chainlink oracles are very useful for some on-chain work, and we have some interesting things ongoing there. One, as and when they evolve, we will communicate to you there. Yeah. You always say there is more coming up, which is great. Can you elaborate more specific on what's coming and all that? So if I tell you what's coming up, then all of those becomes announcements, right? So and then every week you guys are not every week, every day you guys want a new announcement. So if I announce all of them in one go, I mean, that's not useful for you, right? So yeah, and the second thing is that we don't want to make announcements for the sake of announcements. Generally, you would have seen that when we make an announcement or an integration or a partnership, even like Decentraland and the seller kind of partnership that we announce, there is actual product behind it. There's actual working product, behind it. If you want to test out Decentraland working marketplace, you can test out, right? If you want to use a seller state channel on MATIC testnet, you can use it today, right? So that's what is our strategy. We don't want to be making just announcements which are just for the sake of making them. Even if there is an announcement, there is actually a potential development going on. Even like with Nuo lending platform for plasma fast exits, there is actual implementation work going on right now, right? So that's the stuff. So we don't want to go into simple announcement kind of thing. Okay. I think these questions are over. Then let's see what other questions we have. Then Daniel has, can you give an exact date of AlphaNet? So more coming on that, soon in a few days time. I will let you know on that. Any possibility of listing into Coinbase? We cannot talk, especially with Coinbase. You just remember that we cannot talk about that. If anybody from us is known to be talking about that, it will wreck, or it will destroy the any potential that anybody would have. So please, again, for like, this is like the 100th time this question has come. Please know that we cannot discuss anything about it in public, whether it's positive or negative. We'll announce only when it's available. The other one, any big news coming this week? Yes, you will see. I have already told you that this week we are going to announce something, and we will announce. Today is I think Thursday, and we will announce at our pace. So don't worry about it. Once we have said that we are going to announce something this week, we will announce something this week, right? So but we'll announce it. Give us the time frame on that. We are preparing a few things, and we'll only announce once everything is done. When contents of roadmap Q2 will be launched, please give us a specific date. I think Anurag can take this question better. And I think internally he already has a large, I think, more than 1.5 or 2 years roadmap, rolled out. But things are becoming more concrete over there. If you also see our roadmap, we are known to deliver on our roadmap. So when we will announce it when we are more sure that we can actually deliver on all of the dates that we are going to commit. So I'll not be surprised if Anurag takes more time to concretize everything and then only bring to this thing. Any plan to make partnerships? So a lot of partnerships coming. Again, I cannot disclose them before they are ready to be announced, right? To support price. So we don't support the price, control the price in the markets. And we can't do anything about that. These are free markets, and we have absolutely no control on how the prices will come out in market. What we can do from our side is that we can keep doing the good work and keep launching our products and all, and then see how market is going to respond to them. Yeah. So yes, and then EOS listed on Coinbase. There is no action on price. This when Hypermatic is Coinbase. Or do you think Coinbase will make the price up? I'm not actually worried about price going up or down. We don't look at price day in day out. And again, from our side, we are going to do our best. And and then only markets can decide whether the price will go up, down, where, right? So I have no idea on that. Can you talk about biggest partnerships you are going after and strategy behind those choices? Sure. So again, as I've already mentioned, for us, the partnerships make sense to us only when they have a real technology integration with us, or even there can be other kind of integrations and things like maybe a community related partnerships and stuff like that. So we only go after the partnerships where there is actual technical value to be delivered to two parties, or same for the community or marketing. And then in terms of our strategy for partnerships and also long-term strategy, as you guys already know, that we also want to focus on enterprise adoption and then the normal crypto adoption. So most of the partnerships that you will see from our side, they will be related to adoption in some form. Either it can be crypto product based adoption or enterprise product based adoption. Yes. What are other exchanges? Can't talk about that again. Exchanges. Yeah. Okay. So I think we have exhausted the questions for now. Let's start. I'm unmuting. Yes. So again, guys, any people like people who are asking questions on YouTube, I'm sorry, I'm not reading the questions here. All the questions we're going to answer are from our Telegram community only. So I've just unmuted the channel. If you want to ask more questions, please ask there. Okay, I'm waiting. Adrian says hello. Hello. Okay. Okay. There's one question. I'll wait for let's say 3-4 questions, and then I'll answer all of them, and then we'll have a one round of questions. Okay. Again, too many questions came in. Oh, this the whole thing I have already answered. I mean, if you are watching, I was actually answering all of your questions only. Your 14 questions, I answered all of them. Now there is one or two questions, 2-3 more. Okay. Okay. So I think we have 3-4. Okay, so for now we have some questions. So Sibin's question, all of that I have already answered. Sibin, if you have not gone through them, please go back in the video. I was answering your question only. I think your zero. Okay, so your zero number question, most important question is development of beacon chain from ETH was announced by VB last week. Does MATIC have a role in on that? So I although I took this question that all the layer ones, even if they scale, that's actually beneficial for MATIC because MATIC is a layer 2 solution built on top of them. I think your question is that what if they scale too much and then there is no use for layer 2, and that's what I explained, that it is not going to be a case where, let's say, Ethereum will scale so much that it is going to take all the billions and billions of transactions on the worldwide, in the whole world, and all the applications who want to build on blockchain. So that's not going to be a viable future. The future is where layer ones will become settlement layers, where which will derive the most amount of security of the assets and high value assets you would want to keep on on site or on main chains. So for example, if you are transferring $1 million to somebody else, you are better suited to do it on main chain like Ethereum. You can do it on a side chain like MATIC, which is fairly secured and everything with Plasma, but you are better suited to pay that point 30 cents of fees and then do the transaction on the main chain itself. But for the smaller use cases, let's say you are buying your coffee, or you're buying or you're doing daily buying, which has like billions and billions of those exchanges that take place. For those kind of use cases, I think we strongly think that layer 2 solutions and things like MATIC side chains will be the norm in going forward in future. Yeah. And then, when I say about MATIC sidechains, always remember that these sidechains have a very high throughput. And then, even with that throughput, this is with one chain. So, they are going to be multiple, sidechains once one particular sidechain matures completely and then has a large amount of transactions in it. Yeah. So this was when staking. So staking, we are, as I told you, that we are on track for our development, and staking is going to be also live very soon. And as per our roadmap and dependencies on the releases, we are going to launch the staking also. It's like very very close, if I have to tell you. But again, I will not, I cannot give you the exact announcement date. We will announce it, and then you will get to know when exactly the date of starting of staking. How many layers can be there for blockchain? Why stop at layer 2, at 3, 4, 5? Okay, so these are not layers to just like numbers. So layer 1 is the main blockchain, and layer 2 are these off-chain computation platforms. And now, like, there are these things emerging. So there are layer zeros, right? So which work on the network layer, and then there are layer threes that I'm hearing about, that some application protocols. And actually there are third party protocols which I see can be classified as layer 3, because they again are protocols for others to build on top of it. So there's a possibility that you will start hearing about layer 3 protocols. For me, for now, if I when there is layer 3, but I mean, I've heard only one or two projects on that, but it feels to me that these will be application protocols rather than infrastructure protocols. So MATIC is an infrastructure protocol, right? And on layer 2, and because it's based on an infrastructure protocol which is Ethereum at layer 1. So now I think layer 3s would be more like application protocols, where they provide you some setup to build your applications quickly. Okay, Sibin's question I've already answered. Then, is Coinbase principal investor in seed round? Again, I cannot tell you the exact details of their this thing. But how does it, like, my question is, how does it matter that all of the schedules and the the specifications of the rounds are already there, and their tokens, whoever is the investor, their tokens are logged in a particular manner, and those are already there in the market. So how does it actually even matter? The fact is that they're with the Coinbase advisor, Coinbase head of engineering is an advisor, and then Coinbase is publicly backing MATIC. That I think is the most important thing to or take away from here. What keeps you up at night? What is your biggest challenges? Okay, so this is a good question. But keeps me up at night, one is that you guys keep me up up at night. You guys are always asking question. Whenever I wake up, there are like 10 different tags to me on the group, and all asking the same details, that when the announcement is there, about price and all that. So guys, again, I want to tell you that I don't have the control over price. I have the control over my work. So that we are already doing. So one is that the first one who keeps me up at night is you guys. And the other thing is, like, jokes aside, the what keeps us up at night is more on the real world adoption, I say. So why I say so is that, like, we all of us who are in crypto today, we live in this sort of echo chamber where there are some, I don't know, maybe 100,000, 200,000 people, or maybe 1 million people who are there in crypto, and then there are some applications who are building, and their use cases are built on crypto. But those are not the real, these kind of things is a very small subset of the entire business world or the technology world outside. And what troubles me is that there is still, in blockchains, there is still not much of real world adoption. All of the project, no matter which project, even like the biggest number 1, number 2 projects, apart from maybe Bitcoin, there is no real world stuff happening. So for me personally, I think to think about bringing real world use cases, providing value to the real world applications is something that I worry about more, because that's more long term, right? In the short run, crypto projects and gaming and all that will come on MATIC, and it will be very happy scenario. But what about 3 years, 4 years from now, if blockchain industry as a whole, I'm not talking about MATIC only, I'm talking about blockchain industry as a whole, is not able to get public adoption, then what happens? So I think that is the biggest challenge for not only MATIC network, but all the blockchain projects. Yeah. Can you explain plasma in very simple terms? Yes. So this is a very good question again. So basically, what plasma is. So plasma simply is a framework which tells you that, so this is a base chain, right? This is the Ethereum base chain. It simply tells you a set of rules or specification which can ensure secure computation on the sidechain, right? So let's take an example of a normal like sidechain that some projects that you mentioned, some of the people mentioned, which are not backed by plasma. So for them, what is happening is that, like, people are transferring their assets to the sidechain, and then sidechain has some consensus participants, the proof of authority and authority nodes and all, and they are doing like all the processing on the network. Now imagine something wrong happens in this, or let's say in total $1 billion moves to a sidechain like this, right? And then the reputation people now have a big incentive to do a collusion and then try to steal the funds from you. In this scenario, where this is a simple sidechain, the users don't have any protection. So if your funds, if these people try to grab your funds, the users can't do much, right? Now compare that with the Plasma related use case. So Plasma sets up a set of rules on main chain, cryptographic rules on main chain, in a very simple term, which ensure that if something wrong happens here, you still have the facility to go to the main chain, that is go to Ethereum, and then uh, claim your assets or challenge anything that is happening over there, which is the challenge is called fraud proofs, right? So essentially, in very simple terms, Plasma ensures that whatever off-chain computation is happening, users have control on those computations, especially asset transfers and all. Users have control on that on the main chain, right? Not on the side chain. If side chain does something, there is some collusion, there is some hack happens, you still have the main chain, Ethereum main chain, which is fairly secured to claim your funds and and to exit from the side chain environment. So that's one of the biggest fundamental theories of having a Plasma enabled framework. Of course, there are a lot of things, specification things, but I don't want to get into that to make it more complicated for now, right? Could you please say about something about exchanges? No, I cannot say anything about exchanges, I'm sorry. What else? Do we have any more question? When staking we already told. Okay, so I think we have one round of questions more, space for one round of question more. Yep. Sure. So we have two questions till now. Make a DAO, and then let's wait for 2-3 more questions. Okay, so there is some question from Perry. Let's wait for 1 or 2 more questions. Already said a while ago. Mute all. Okay. So I think we have the set of questions for us. Tell us about DAI. Okay, so DAI, you all know that it's an algorithmic stable coin, and we have a partnership with MakerDAO where we are supporting DAI on our side chains, and there are applications which you guys would have already seen, but there are applications like Crypto Store which are building payment kind of apps on DAI plus DAI and MATIC network, and many other projects also, like some games and all. They also need some stable coin to have the payments on their applications and games, so they will also be using it. Plus DAI would be available as a standard ERC20 on on MATIC side chains. Yeah. Okay, so again, one more question about announcements. Also, guys, I want to mention that all of these announcements and stuff which is related to price, please, please, please excuse the main group from that. And in coming future, we are going to adopt a stricter and stricter policy for not allowing any price related discussions on this group. This news is coming this week. Today is Thursday, so see, we are Indians. We work 7 days a week. So for us, it's not the end of the week. For us, Saturday, Sunday is also in the week. So but again, we will announce the news only when we have everything worked out in the background. And I as I've already told you, we'll have it in the week. We'll have it in the week. That's it. Right, we'll have a partnership with Harmony. There is not a discussion right now happening, and till now I don't have any as I told you that we don't do partnerships just for the name of partnership. Harmony is a separate layer one, and till now we have not explored their technical architecture and all, and we don't know whether we have direct synergies at this point. Once they have their mainnet live and they require layer 2 scalability and things like that, then we can definitely discuss with them. But till now there is no discussion that is happening with them. MakerDAO, Daniel, I have already spoke about DAI, that how we are supporting DAI. It's supported as a native, ERC20 on MATIC side chains, and people are building applications, and then there are more closer integrations expected in future with them. The other question is, will Ethereum be using MATIC platform once mainnet is launched? So Ethereum is a public blockchain. They don't use or not use any other platforms or not. So it's free. Like, you can also go and build some application, and Ethereum doesn't control. So Ethereum Foundation is one of the most like open source and decentralized foundation worldwide for any other layer one solution, and they don't dominate or dictate terms that which platform should be used as layer 2, and also they are focused on their layer 1 solution. Anybody from the public, even you, can go and build a layer 2 solution, and if you can build or you can bring in adoption on that, everybody is happy. But there is no official layer 2 of this. So I want to mention again, some other people ask, what if Ethereum builds their own layer 2? Ethereum Foundation is not going to build their own layer 2, because there is nothing like their own layer 2. It's a public open source blockchain. Anybody and everybody is free to build their own layer 2 architecture, and if they are able to succeed, Ethereum Foundation is happy about it, because at the end it's helping scaling Ethereum. Are you in contact with developer for Ethereum? Yes. So Jayanti is a very well-known developer in Ethereum space, and he interacts with a lot of Ethereum developers also. And Anurag also, on the architectural level, he's fairly well connected within the overall Ethereum community, and we join hands on a lot of different kind of research, and some of them okay, so let me not get there. Soon was already said while ago. Yes, the soon was said, but after that there were multiple announcements that have been made in the past weeks. Right, so so this soon is for this week and coming weeks. They will come out. So don't, like, I'm requesting you guys, don't put pressure on when the announcement is going to come and all that. So we will do it when we are well prepared for all of those announcements to go out properly, and we'll execute it the way we execute the announcements and our press releases. What project is the main competitor in terms of technology? So all of you have already, I think you guys have mentioned. So layer 2 solutions, any sidechain based solutions which has Plasma with them is the competitor with MATIC. Any other sidechain solution, we don't think that they are going to be significant competitors in the long term. But Plasma based products, like for example, I think Loom Network is one. So they are they may be one of the main competitors. But as I already discussed, that MATIC provides a lot of different additional functionalities, like it supports ERC20 tokens and then other tokens also on the side chains. Plus it's a public side chain, so we don't we don't believe in the dApp. Every dApp will have their own chain future. So the architecturally also we are very different from Loom, and the developer experience wise also we have like heard fairly good things from the developers, that they find it much easier to build on MATIC. So yeah, that's what we think are our advantages on top of MATIC. MATIC working with Chainlink? No, I'm not going to speak on that more. Tell us, what are you doing for MakerDAO? Already told. Is it possible to have an engine coin Waves Chainlink? I've already spoken. I've not explored any partnership with the Waves. Engine coin is interesting because they have, I think, 1185 protocol, which is for gaming. And sure, like it's interesting, and we are having a close look at that. Hedera Hashgraph doesn't need scaling solutions. That is extremely fast and built-in solution. What's your opinion? So content Konitje, we'll speak about Hedera Hashgraph more when they are ready for production environment. I think it's still still an research project, and once it becomes a more mature project, we'll speak about it more. Um yeah, so I right now I don't have any views on Hedera and other kind of DAG based platforms which are boasting too big scalability. Let it come to the public first, and then we can comment. Can you give an example of real world use case of MATIC where adoption is en masse? Yeah, of course. So there are already, I mean, again, when you say real world, there are two kinds of real world in crypto space. One is real, like the crypto space, like, and you already know that MATIC is the only project worldwide which has another top 100 project building on top of it, right? So that is a big statement on that, which is Decentraland, and they announced some time back. And apart from that, there are a lot of other crypto use cases like gamings and payment kind of use cases which are already building on Matic, and we think that the fair amount of adoption is going to come from there. And on the real world use cases, anywhere the blockchain is being, see, the use case for Matic is not different from the use case of Ethereum, right? Anything that you can build on Ethereum is applicable on Matic also, is applicable to be scaled on Matic also. So I think any application which is there on Ethereum is a direct candidate to use Matic scaling solution. So it involves everything that is there in the Ethereum space, and technically everything in the overall crypto space. And then on the real world, as I already told you, that we want to go for enterprise adoption, and people are looking to build KYC enabled wallets. People are looking to build as I told you, examination center tools. People are looking to build even social networks on blockchain, where some parts of their interaction, some part of the transparent interactions of the users can be put on blockchain. So yeah, so people are doing a lot of stuff in that. Does Matic has a private repo they are developing in? John, I think you have been a long time member of the group, and we actually gave a very big analysis on what all we are building on, and we have not one, we have 44 in total 44 repositories that are being worked upon, and some of them have a fair amount of, or very extensive work being done in our private repos. If you go to our announcement channel, you can simply look it up. It's like in the last it's actually on this thing. It was posted on 25th of May in our announcement channel. You can go through the exact details of what all repositories are there, where exactly the work is going on. Yes, and those private repositories will be made open source after the adequate due diligence and audits have been done on them, and more and more testing has been done on them. Yeah. Again, something related to announcement. Your paper says thousands of TPS theoretically, when implementation and verification. So as you guys already know, that we are looking to go into an early mainnet mode very soon. So everything is working. It's not theoretically. The line that you are mentioning is theoretically. The TPS can go to 65,000 transactions on one chain, and when Ethereum scales, it will also scale. But that's a theoretical limit. Practically, that number right now is around, from 6,000 to 10,000, and in practicality, I think it can easily double from here for one single sidechain, and then as and when more sidechains get added, the capacity of the network will keep on increasing, horizontally. Nirvik, I think this is the last set of questions because we are already out of time. Are we aware of Reserve Protocol, other Coinbase ventures for stablecoin? And yes, so of course we are aware of the protocols like Reserve Protocol and stuff. But we are already supporting the biggest stable coins like USDC and DAI on Matic network, and of course we can support any number of stable currencies which are ERC20 based directly on Matic. So there's absolutely no problem in that, and we can actually look at those things. There's no official communication happening between Reserve and us, but if it happens in future, we can definitely very easily look at it and have a partnership there, because that's actually involved or includes the integration and implementation. That's what is the core criteria for us, that if there is an actual integration between these two offerings. Current supply for Matic is 2 billion now, and total supply is 10 billion. I'm just thinking about how the 8 billion will affect. So the other, first of all, the current supply is around 28%. The coin market, because we have not moved our tokens from anywhere, because all of those are available for you guys to see on the blockchain. So coin market cap calculates the circulating supply based on the tokens which are there in the market. And any other tokens, like out of the 32% tokens, 4% is for networking, and then other tokens that were there with Matic have not been moved. That's why you see a 2 billion supply. Otherwise, its supply is much bigger than that, it's around 3.2 billion. But then they are just not there to be to be sent to markets and sold and all that stuff on. The other thing is how 8 billion will affect investors. So to answer to that is that all of that is actually logged over 4 years. Like it's around 48 months. All of that gets released slowly every 6 months. So there are no intermediate unlocks in our token schedule. Only six months the tokens release. And the other 8 billion tokens, they involve, large number of them involves the network mining related tokens. So they anyways don't affect the market in a single go. And the other tokens also, they are the foundation and the ecosystem and marketing tokens. So for example, in marketing, you are already seeing, like with chain breakers, we are doing marketing expense from our side. We're promoting those applications by spending our small amount of tokens. So that will keep happening. And those large amount of that token, as I already told, is for network. A large amount of that token will be for ecosystem products and marketing support for them. And some amount of that portion is for foundation, again, which is locked over 4 years. So you will never see a scenario where a big chunk of that suddenly comes to the market. It will not happen. So it will not be detrimental to the community. I don't think so. Yeah. Then the John, hello, good to have you here. What do you think is the future of Matic if Serenity is successfully implemented? Because I think Serenity could help with the mass adoption of cryptocurrencies, decentralized and smart contract. I think you're talking about the upgrade of Ethereum only. So the thing is that if Serenity comes, actually it's better for us, because our scalability of our side chains actually increases if the Serenity works out properly, because some part of our scalability, like the number of transactions on a side chain, is dependent on the size of input, size of proof that we send every 5 minutes to Ethereum main chain, right? So that actually provides us such limit. So if Serenity comes, Matic will be even more scalable. First. Second thing is, if you would have gone through the details more, even if Serenity comes, the TPS of Ethereum will go to maybe 200 transactions or 300 transactions per second. And which again, you can very easily make out that 200 transactions cannot again make or support the world computer hypothesis, right? You will again need scalability off chain with the products like Matic and Matic sidechain. So it's actually beneficial for us if Serenity comes, because Matic sidechains will be even more scalable. Yeah. So yeah. So I think we have exhausted our time for the EMA, and we have answered all of the questions. Um, I think we are good to go now. And let me unmute the group. And this marks the end of our MA. Thanks a lot, guys. I would be just ending this thing. And yeah, I mean, one shout out to our part, like the chain breakers sale that is going on, NFT sale. It's like, I'm personally very excited about the chain breakers game, and I think it's going to be one of the most maybe one of the most successful games in this space. And uh, I mean, you should participate in its NFT sales. I think those NFTs are going to pick up a lot of traction, and then we are giving away $1,000 in MATIC tokens also for the lucky winners over there. So please, if you are into gaming, please participate into the Chainbreakers ongoing NFT sale. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks a lot, guys. So with this I will end the AMA, and we'll speak soon. Yeah, thank you. And I'm anyways on the group. I'll respond as before. I'll keep responding to all of your queries. Thank you so much. Yeah.